How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneck Shark here with another new movie review for you. So let's go right into this review and see what I saw. So the other day, I had the chance of checking out an awesome new movie that just came out a couple weeks ago now. Finally just got around to coming to my theater here in New Hampshire. And it's just a really awesome and excellent, cyber thriller that just really blew me away and was a lot better than what I anticipated it to be. Now, this awesome film happens to be an awesome 2018 thriller called Searching. Now, Searching is this awesome film that stars an awesome actor that's basically all taken place on computer screens and actual phone screens throughout the film. Kind of similar to Unfriended and, films like of that such, or like, found footage type of films. Now, this awesome film is none other than directed by a newcomer named Aneesh Chaganty. Now, Aneesh Chaganty hasn't done anything else. This is actually his directorial debut. So he hasn't done anything else. This is his first film. He has, worked on sets and stuff like that and did some writing. But other than this, this is his actual first film that he's directed. And I thought he did a really decent job with it. I was really impressed with how well he did, how good of a thriller he made. I thought all the acting in the film was really well done. And I just thought the whole story came beautifully together and made a really great film. And I think Aneesh did a really good job with having an eye for what he wanted in making this film, and it was actually really enjoyable, even though it was taking place all on computer screens and phone screens. And I thought he had a really good eye for how that seems and how it needs to be, and made just a really fantastic film. Now, this film doesn't have a huge cast. It has maybe a total of like 4 main characters that you really interact with throughout the film. Now, 2 of them are big stars, or, stars that we know. A few of the others are no-name people that are coming in for their first film or have been around but really haven't done anything big. And they really don't have any, filmography or anything like that, except for the 2 really main characters that are in this film. Now, the first main character that we all know and love is none other than Mr. John Chow. Now, John Chow you might recognize from a slew of, bit parts, American Pie. You might recognize him from, like I said, bit parts in other movies and some TV shows he's been around. He's been around a long time. He's been acting since 1997 and has been doing a lot of great films. Now, a couple films I really enjoyed him, or a couple franchises I really enjoyed him in, were none other than the awesome reboot of a great classic sci-fi TV series and movies. And that, of course, is the awesome new reboot trilogy, the Star Trek trilogy. That includes Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. Now, in these, he actually plays Mr. Sulu, which you all recognize as the original Mr. Sulu as Mr. George Takei. Now, John Chow, I thought, did a really great job of playing, Sulu in this series, and just was a really awesome and excellent, series of sorts, and just did a really amazing job playing Sulu. And I really liked the, evolution and evolving of that character in the series so far, and just, it was really nice to see him in a new and different role, and just something that was a great, new trilogy so far that they've done so great with and made really entertaining films, and John was a great, addition and part of that awesome new, trilogy. Now, another awesome trilogy he was a part of that I think is probably one of my funniest and favorite, comedy series, and I just think they're so freaking funny and just a really great pleasure to watch. And, just has a great cast all throughout it. Neil Patrick Harris stars in this trilogy. You have such a, Kal Penn, just a really awesome, trilogy as well, and comedy trilogy. And that, of course, is the Harold and Kumar movies. Now, we got Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Harold and Kumar escape up Guantanamo Bay. And then the third one that I believe is the last, I think, of the series. I don't know if they're going to be making anymore, but that is Harold and Kumar Very Christmas, which is a really funny film as well. And I just love John Chow's character and how he's like such a straight-laced person. At the same time, he's trying to, get with this, beautiful girl, and just trying to be, try to be smart, but at the same time cool. And just his interaction with Kumar and his interaction with Neil Patrick Harris is just absolutely hilarious. And I just think it's a great, franchise and trilogy. And he just was such a great part of that. And he really is, Harold in this series. And he works so well with, Kal Penn and Neil Patrick Harris. And they just worked so well together and made a great, funny, and awesome, trilogy. But when it comes to In Searching, I think this is probably John Chow's best film to date. He was so good in it. He was so intense. It was nice to see him in something different, a little bit more serious, at the same time playing like a father figure. It also was really awesome to see him kind of show his more like, a little bit more of like a thriller action-y side, where he like did some action kind of work in the film, but at the same time it was like kind of a dramatization thriller type of situation, and I thought he did a really amazing job with that. And I thought he was so great in it, and he just made the movie so entertaining and awesome. And I can't imagine anybody else playing this character in this Searching film. And I just think he was really a great choice. He worked really well with everyone else that was involved with the film. I thought that his interaction with the girl that was supposed to be his daughter, they did a really good job of playing daughter and father, and him having to deal with certain aspects of the film, where people unfortunately, something happens to them, and what he has to deal with and his emotion. He just did a really amazing job, and it was a really great pleasure to see him in it. Now, the only other actor that is in this film, an actress, that is a part of the main cast that, has had any other acting credits or done anything, is none other than an awesome actress who I absolutely think is fantastic. She's funny, she's hilarious, she's beautiful, and that, of course, is Miss Deborah Messing. Now, Deborah Messing you might recognize from, of course, the original Will and Grace series. You might recognize her from the Revival series. You might recognize her from a slew of other bit parts. Wedding Date, she was had a big part in. She's had, small, minor roles in other films as well. But a couple films I really enjoyed her and thought she was fantastic in were none other than the awesome 1996 film based on an awesome TV series from the 60s. And that is none other than the awesome Tom Arnold-led film, McHale's Navy, where she plays one of the, lieutenant, recruits of the Navy that, kind of helps out McHale and his gang. And I thought she was really fun in that film. I really liked her. She was like kind of really straight-laced, but at the same time, she was like, she had a good and funny side to her, and she really knew what she was doing, and she was really awesome in it. And I just really thought she was hilarious in it, playing this kind of, straight-laced lieutenant type of, naval person. And you're just kind of like laughing, going, you're so much better at comedy, but yet you're embodying comedy with how you're, pretending to be this character. And I thought she did a really good job in that film, and she was super funny, and just, it's a great movie. I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen McHale's Navy, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch, people. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, or I'm sure you could probably rent it from, like Vudu or something like that. It's just a fun film. Definitely check it out, especially because Deborah Messing is awesome in it. She's really funny. But another great film that I really enjoyed her in, that's a Ben Stiller-led film and Jennifer Aniston film. And this movie just had a great, huge cast. I mean, you had Hank Azaria in it. You had Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. You had Alec Baldwin. You had a huge cast of just great actors. And it's so well directed and just super hilarious and funny. Absolutely love this film. I think it's super funny. And Deborah Messing was really fun in it. And then, of course, is the film Along Came Polly. Now, Along Came Polly, if you're not familiar with the film, basically what happens is there's Ben Stiller's character is supposed to get married to Deborah Messing, but she ends up cheating on their honeymoon, and then he goes back and falls in love with another gal, and Deborah Messing tries to get back together with him throughout the film, and it's kind of about his crazy, trying to basically date, Jennifer Aniston now, and like what their relationship is, and like having to deal with all the craziness and him being out of sorts because he's a very precise and calculated person. It's just a really fun, like rom-com type of film. And I really enjoyed Deborah Messing's character in it because she plays kind of like this evil type of character a little bit, but at the same time she's kind of like, I'm naive and I'm not smart, and I'm I was duped, kind of deal. And I thought she did a really good job of playing that character. I thought she was super funny. I thought it was fun seeing her kind of being like this cheating type of person, and I thought it was interesting to see her like comedy element with some of the scenes and stuff like that. But at the same time, she was like very like, slow and like, kind of like endearing and calm. It was quite interesting. Very great film, really fun, and very enjoyable, and she did a really good job. When it comes to Searching, though, Deborah Messing was the bomb. I loved her character in this film. I don't want to give away too much about her character if you haven't seen the film, but her character is just so amazing. The outcome of the film is probably one of the best outcomes I've seen in a film recently. They just did such a great job of like portraying and just how she interacted with John Chow and everything she did in the film, and just like the sinisterness that was behind her character too as well, because you're not sure where she actually lies throughout the film really. And I thought she did such a fantastic job. It was nice seeing her in something different, a little bit more of like a thriller type of drama film versus comedies all the time, rom-coms and stuff like that. And I just thought she did a fantastic job. I thought she was so good. Just her performance and John Chow's performance just made this movie so intense and awesome. And like I said, even the other actors that were in the film, the very few other ones, they all were so good and made the movie, untouchable basically with how good of a film it was. This is a great directorial debut for Anish. Just an amazing film. Really enjoyed it. And it was just a great film to the T. I absolutely loved it. Really enjoyable. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Really fun stuff and a good film. So if you're not familiar with what the premise of the film is, basically, like I said, the movie takes place, it's on, computer screens and phone screens. The whole movie is taking place. And basically it's about John Chow's daughter all of a sudden goes missing. And she's not the type of person to run away, or, he knows his daughter, and all of a sudden she goes missing, and it's basically about, right in the movie, him trying to find his daughter, what happened to her, and kind of learning more about her daughter, because as the movie progresses, he really realizes he doesn't know much about her daughter, simply for the fact because of what family tragedy they've had to deal with through the movie and so forth. So I mean, it's a really intense and awesome film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, people. Worth the watch. Just awesome, amazing film. Definitely give it a whirl and check it out, because it's just so amazing. In theaters now, people. Definitely check it out. Worth the watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And also, thank you for subscribing. If it's your first time here, if you've been here before and you haven't hit that subscribe button, come on, people. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss one of these awesome videos or any of these videos I put up. And as always, keep your eyes out for any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, people, check out the awesome Stardust app. Now, Stardust, if you're not familiar with, is in either the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, where you can watch 3 to 30-second little mini reviews of movies, TV shows, trailers, anything you can think of. And also, this awesome app always has new additions to it, like polls and prize, competitions and so forth and stuff like that, which is really awesome. So that's something that interests you, and it's free. That's right, people. Free. Go ahead and download that, and then look me up under Cybernetic Shark. Follow me, and I'll follow you back. And as always, people, catch you in the next one.